Hi everyone, it's Ryan1940 with some DCS action today. We're going to do the F-14 versus F-15 instant action mission over Syria, and our opponent is an Israeli F-15. This will be a guns-only engagement. So far on the channel, I think we've fought the Su-27, the F-16, and the MiG-29, so this should be a little interesting. So, as usual, I do all my checks. I make sure the gun rate is high, I make sure the roll stability augmenter is off, the master arm is on, but this time we're going to leave the VDI mode to normal and not on TV, which is what I normally do. In this case, we're going against one target that we know about within the visual range, and the large attitude display will help us keep our spatial awareness if we dip down into one of these low clouds here. So right now I'm fishing around to see where the actual menu is to get Jester to jettison the drop tanks, because we're already carrying all the fuel on board, so we just could get rid of those guys and reduce the drag on the aircraft. So we're going to increase speed here, and at the merge we're going to go vertical, and the game plan is that we're going to get to the top before the F-15, and both of us will be slow, which is what I want, because I believe the F-14's advantage over the F-15 is better slow speed control. So this will get him to bleed off his energy advantage and power advantage and work in a realm that we could probably win. Okay, so we've beat him to the top here. He must have started that climb slower than us because he can't even reach us. We're just going to continue to slowly come around in a controlled way, and we'll see what happens. Now I keep peeking forward because what I'm trying to do is make sure my nose doesn't come too low in comparison to the horizon, because I want to stay either climbing or level, because I know that this guy's probably struggling to climb right now. So Jester, as I've mentioned before in a past video, actually will do call-outs for speed, which is great because you can keep your eye on the target. So he's saying that we're 100 above corner speed, so now I know I've got some speed to work with, and we're going to start to get more aggressive in our turn to come around on the F-15. Alright, so we can see that we're actually winning this turning battle with the F-15. The issue here now is that there's sort of an angular problem, because if we keep turning, we're not going to be in a really good position to get a shot off. So I'm going to straighten the plane out for a second or so, and then turn back in. Okay, so we go level for about a second, and now we're going to pull up a little bit, and then that will allow us the ability to roll, so we kind of get a tighter turn back into the Bandit. So as we come down on the Bandit, we can see that he's actually climbing back upwards, so I'm kind of leveling out my dive into him, because I want to maintain my altitude and I don't want to waste energy diving and pulling back up again. So we're getting kind of slow here and starting to flutter around, and our first burst will miss, and our follow-on bursts will hit the F-15 and critically damage it. Try another snapshot when he's crossing our path again, but we miss, so we're just gonna, it looks like he's out of the fight basically, so we're just gonna slowly circle around, get off the afterburner and all that. I get kind of curious if this guy's going to eject, so I try to follow him, but he's just going way too slow, and it's just, I think, probably not powered flight anymore. I try to match it, but I can't, and I even drop my flaps, and my nose just goes down, so at that point, that's when I really decide to circle around and try to get a final shot off on him. I see the opportunity here to try and get one more snapshot in, and unfortunately it misses, and I don't think it misses by a lot. I think it just barely missed the vertical stabilizers. So I'm trying to slow down, and we're actually getting out in front of this guy, and I don't want it to be where he comes back from the dead and gets a shot off on us, so we need to dive. So Jester's a little frazzled, but I'm not too worried about it. I just kind of keep looking behind me to make sure he's not reacquiring us or anything, and now we're going to start turning around.
7 o'clock high. 190.
We'll increase speed here to try and help us get around. Kind of slow.
High. Okay, 210 now.
Okay, so I come around this turn and I'm trying to reacquire the
2 o'clock.
aircraft, and I kind of see some white streaks, and it looks like the pilot ejected. And then you could start to see the aircraft sort of nosing down and not really maneuvering, so I'm assuming the pilot ejected.
290, you got this. Keep it up, we're on a 6.
So now we've got a lock, and we can just track them through the clouds, and we'll make sure that we see it actually hit the ground and know that we've got a kill.
400 knots. 460. 500.
And there we have it, a big flaming hole in the ground, so that's good. We've shot down the F-15. I was surprised that that kind of went as smooth as it did. It seemed to work pretty good, climbing initially really quickly at the merge and getting a lot higher than the F-15, and that allowed us some space to circle around and build some speed up and start to go aggressive with our turns at a much higher altitude. So with that, I think that's it for us today. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again later.